Well, hey guys, thanks for joining us on our motorcycle trip to Gaspe, Canada. So this was done in mid-September. I met up with the boys I always go with, and yeah, we just do a nice little motorcycle camping trip around this time of year. But yeah, we took 95 just to make some headway into Canada, and once we got into New Brunswick, we headed north and proceeded to Grand Falls, New Brunswick, to take a little stop and check out the falls, and it's about where we ended our day as well. The town of Grand Falls was a cute little town. We didn't have time to really check it out, but it's your typical small town with nice little stores, mom and pop places. But we just kind of cruised on through just to make it to the campgrounds for the evening. The falls itself are beautiful. On this particular day, it was pretty dry. I expect that they did not get much rain leading up to this date that we went there. But nonetheless, it was very cool to check out. They have a little museum inside too to kind of give you some information of what's going on there. And like I said, we camped the whole route, and I think it really makes the trip. Every night we try to have like a little fire and just chat and catch up. So the next morning we packed up and we took 17 all the way to Campbellton. And once we made it to Campbellton, it was our first sight of the ocean, which obviously is just a bay at this point. But yeah, it definitely brought the excitement. The town itself seems like a really cool town with a lot of small things to see. And we took a little break here and did some sightseeing of the local art attractions. But yeah, definitely a cool town to check out. From this point on, we're basically on Route 132, which is the famous road that actually takes you around the whole Gaspe Peninsula, and it's just amazing the whole way through. And the next stop was Mont Saint-Joseph. We take a back road all the way up to about 1,800 feet above sea level. and you get to visit this beautiful church that I think was built in 1935, I believe, and the place offers amazing views of the bay and the surrounding areas. So the road leaving the church is pretty incredible as we make our way down the mountain. And our next stop was Perce Rock, and we were actually going to go to a suspended overlook on the mountain nearby. And I know we had to make it there by a certain time, so yeah, that was the next goal, is to head that direction. So when doing the trip, we were told to do it counterclockwise. This puts you in a position where you're always on the side of the road that the ocean is on. That way, if you want to pull over for a sight or just get a better view, it seems to be the preferred route. And I think we all agreed that worked out good, that we did counterclockwise. But the reality is that any direction is probably going to be fine. One thing that was nice is in September, the busy season's kind of over, so we kind of had the place for the most part to ourselves. We didn't have to make reservations or wait in line much to get a nice place to eat or obviously camping, especially us because we were tenting. So, but the weather was great, typically in the 60s, and at night I think it got down to like mid 40s or maybe upper 40s, which worked out well for us. So the final destination for this day was Perce Rock. It's absolutely beautiful in person. We're pretty fortunate to have good weather as well. And when we got into town, we actually made it to, there's this shuttle that takes you to the top of the hill, and I think it was like 25 bucks, but it brings you to the top, and there's like a nice suspended bridge, just to give you just an incredible view of the whole area. Definitely worth the time if you can make it to make it up there. And we were able to camp right on the water here with the beautiful Perce rock in the background. And for those of you wanting to know exactly where we stayed and the places that you see on the video here, if you look in the description, I'll put all the links and descriptions of how to find it. So after a nice little breakfast, we hit the road again, obviously 132, and the landscaping changes quite a bit from here on out. It's much more mountainous, the road's curvier. It's just really scenic. You're just coming through the roads, they're all windy. The next thing you know, you come back out towards the ocean, and you're probably 800 to 1,000 feet up in sea level. It was just incredible. So we didn't spend too much time visiting the town of Gaspe, but the boys did get to experience their first Canadian Tire. We had to stop. I forgot what it was for, but we had an issue. I think it was a chain issue. But yeah, for those that haven't been to Canadian Tire, it's a pretty well-known place in Quebec that is just awesome. We finished off part one here at the fort just outside of Gaspe. It's free entrance. It's pretty neat. Not a big fort. Probably spend like a half hour there checking stuff out. But yeah, so stay tuned for part two, which is basically the north side of the Gaspe Peninsula. It'll take us all the way into Quebec City. All right, if you liked it, please subscribe and hit the like button, and we'll see you for part two.